All right, we're going to get started with Kevin Atkins. And just to give you guys a heads up, I think we're going to have Kevin Atkins, Evan Williams, and Jake Haener in addition to Coach DeBoer. So, Josh, are you on? Okay, right now, I'm just going to ask that somebody goes ahead and ask questions first. And we're going to go ahead and start rolling.
Hey, Atkins, how do you feel about your team's defense so far in the game and getting those stops and holding Wyoming scoreless?
It feels pretty good. Like we really harped on being physical, being tougher on the inside and really like taking it upon the D-line to play better than we have in the past week. So, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, they say defense wins championships. What is your assessment on your defense and its ability to continue to roll past the competition throughout the season?
I feel like we still got a lot of things to work on, got to go back and correct mistakes, but we're showing progress. We're showing great progress. So.
I know your guys' coaching staff was talking about proving your guys' self again after Hawaii with this game. Did you feel like the defensive team proved something today, and what was that message?
Yeah, we proved that, we can go in there and we can bang with anyone. Wyoming, they're a big power team. They like to run the ball and they try to just run it down your throat all game. And if you can stop that, then that's what we really harped on. So we proved that we're strong enough to go in there and bang with anybody. And, we've had questions about our D-line and, I hope those are answered today.
Talk a little bit about your D-line. I know you guys got to the quarterback a lot today. Forced a couple turnovers. Just what was key with your defensive line today and getting the pressure?
Like I said, we just challenged ourselves to do better. We gave up too many yards last game. That was really unacceptable. So we really challenged ourselves. What is our identity going to be? Are we going to be a D-line that gives up 200 yards rushing, or are we going to be a D-line that gives pressure on the quarterback to help the DBs out? Or what's our identity? So
what is it?
Go ahead. You're good.
Okay. So what is just the past 2 weeks been with you guys, just sitting with that loss and then, I guess just the message of the team coming in today just to flush that out?
We were really eager to play, we just had a bad taste in our mouths for 2 weeks. And, every day that was just like a replay in our head during practice. We lost our spot in the top 25. We gave it up. It was on us. We couldn't blame anyone, we flat out beat ourselves. So what are we going to do to get better? That was our message all week. And our word of the week was elevate. So hope we elevated our game today.
Kevin, when did you realize that this was going to be a defensive game?
Oh, we realized it. We know we have a great offense, and we know they have a great defense, and we also have a great defense. So we knew that it was going to come down to who's a more physical team. And, we harped on, can we run the ball? So we ran the ball, and we were successful. And, our defense was successful with stopping it.
As somebody who also played in Laramie in 2017, that game was a lot like this one. Not as many turnovers, but can you compare today's game to the one you played in 2017?
Oh, man, 2017, that one right there, that was a real close game. It was, under different circumstances. It was to go to the championship game. But this one, is very similar in the fact that they were going to pound it. Some of the players that came back, 69, the center 69, and I want to say the left tackle, they all came back. So it was all like a replay game.
Kevin, in a game that's a grind like this one, how much did the interceptions help you guys stay positive momentum-wise and not feel the effects of the fatigue?
Those interceptions, they gave us that extra motivation. We know we got great DBs and great linebackers that's going to make plays. We're just waiting for them to go make that play. We was going to apply the pressure like we harped on all week, and they was going to come up with a play. Like we told them, be ready for airmail.
Do you think this team showed something in its ability to win in a different way? Because you guys have won shootouts before, but this one was a grinded out game. So do you think this team showed, and this defense showed something by being able to win in a very different fashion?
Yeah, we showed that we're ready for the long run. Like we're ready for anything that comes at us. We can play the physical game. We can play the spread game. We can do anything we put our minds to.
You've been here for quite some time now. To see Evan Williams have the game he had today, just how pumped were you for him?
I was very pumped. You know, he really came a long way. I've watched him from freshman to now. He's changed his game completely. Like he's an amazing player back there. Love having him behind me.
I love you too. I love you too, Kev.
Do you have any more questions for Kevin, or can we let Evan come in? All right, I'm gonna let Kevin go.
Thanks, Kevin.
Hype me up like that. Huh? So why hype you like that?
I gotta get you tucked up, man.
All right, we'll go ahead and start with Evan.
I've been there. Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Who wants to start us off?
I can start off. I mean, completing with 2 interceptions of the game, just describe how you're feeling after this win.
Man, ecstatic. That's in one word. I mean, I'm just excited. We've just put in so much time into this scheme and just bringing this defense together that when you see that hard work kind of pay off, it feels great. So yeah, seeing it come to fruition is something I'm a little excited right now, a little jittery, but yeah, feels good.
Evan, you got, the team's used to scoring a lot of points, winning shootouts. Today you guys only had, I think, 17 points and got the win, shut out Wyoming. Just what was the defense's mentality, going throughout the game, with the offense not putting up the numbers that they quite usually do?
I mean, ever since we got into the scheme, into the game plan, we knew it was going to be a dogfight. Like we knew it was going to be a gritty, just a battle back and forth. They had a good defense. And I mean, it was just our defense kind of came in with the mentality that it's got to be us. We had that sour taste in our mouth from two weeks ago, and we had to sit on that and just, we just had to live with that. And we knew that 2 weeks ago, it was just on us. I mean, there's nothing else. We couldn't point any fingers. So coming in this week, we just knew we had to put the team on our back. That was kind of our mentality if it came down to it. And so, I mean, I'm just proud of the guys getting after it. Love to see that goose egg on the board after the game. So,
I think coming into the game, you had the team only had one interception. You guys had, I think, three interceptions today or 4. Just what was the difference, or what did you guys see that was able to get you guys the ball back so many times?
Man, I think it was just a matter of just doing our job individually. I mean, we knew we had to stop the run. Shout out the D line and everybody for making it difficult up front. They couldn't get anything in the run game, so kind of just had to resort to the pass game. That was their kind of second option, and our DBs were ready. I mean, we came to fight and we came to make plays. So just love seeing all the guys get a piece of the action. We were saying it was like Halloween on the sideline. Everybody gets a piece of candy here. Everybody gets a piece. But it felt great to finally just see all that work come to fruition and just, everybody getting a little sharing the love. So it felt good.
What was the game plan going on against Sean Chambers? Did you guys follow it and that led to success, or was it maybe something you saw during the game that led to the success of 3 interceptions for the secondary?
I mean, we kind of knew his game plan. Just their team's game plan. Or they're going to run the ball and try to mess with your eyes and get a play action, a shot in. But as far as just a quarterback, I mean, he's a great athlete. So we knew he would try to make stuff with his feet, make stuff happen. He's an improviser and he's really good at it. So, we just focused on stopping the run. And he got out a couple times, made some plays with his feet, but we did our best to contain him. And I feel like we did a good job of forcing him into some uncomfortable situations, forcing him to make some throws he wasn't comfortable with. So, and we capitalized. So
I think heading into the seat. Go ahead, Bree.
So just how fulfilling is that to have the starting QB out of the game, and especially a guy from the Valley?
Oh man, it was kind of a shock to see 15 come in the game after him. I mean, it just felt great, kind of just knowing that you kind of demoralized the team into that. They've done everything. I mean, they threw everything at us, and we had all the answers. So I mean, it just feels great to know we have that type of power, and when we're at our best, we could operate like that. We can operate that at the highest level. So that just felt great. Big confidence boost heading into this next week.
What is just your message, to the Red Wave? Like you guys were saying, you're sitting with that loss for 2 weeks. Now you kind of got back in the win column. You got it, a difficult stretch coming up. What's just your message? Like we're back, or
Man, you know the deal. We're back and we're better. I mean, yeah. I mean, we hear you. That would definitely be my message. We hear you. The frustration. We were definitely frustrated after a couple of weeks ago. I mean, we had to live with that. And just it sucked to sit with that. And every day in practice, everybody came out to just to grind because we knew we didn't want to feel that feeling again. So, yeah, Red Wave. I mean, we coming. And we got y'all back. And I mean, just be ready for the show.
Evan, to follow up on that, what does this win do for you guys? You don't want to look too far ahead, but you got a tough 3-game stretch coming up. So what does a win like this do?
I mean, it's definitely a little confidence boost, just showing us what we can do and what our capability is as far as, I mean, both offense and defense, but specifically defense this game. I mean, when we play at our best, we can handle anybody, and that's how we feel. So definitely a little confidence boost, but yeah, as you said, it's going to be a little tough 3-game stretch coming into this. So, I mean, we just got to celebrate for 24-hour rule. You know the deal. So, I mean, 24 hours, you get happy for this win and celebrate it, and then it's flushed out. We got a great opponent coming next week in Nevada. It's going to look to spread the ball, and we got to scheme them and just be ready for what they have to throw to us. So, I mean, we love the feeling right now, but we know there's a lot of work to do.
And not to diminish Wyoming's atmosphere at all, but just how much did playing at Oregon, at UCLA, like in those tough atmospheres, just prepare you now for conference road games?
I mean, it definitely gave us a big advantage. I feel like, as you said, just playing in those big atmospheres, those big environments. It's easy to, I mean, just lose focus or, I mean, yeah, as I said. So, I mean, yeah, that definitely prepared us. I feel like for this atmosphere. They packed out. I'm not gonna lie to you. They brought a lot of people here, but I mean, it just allowed us to stay focused in those tough times, those gritty moments when we needed to make a play. Just allowed us to be locked in. We know the situation. We've been here before, so yeah, kind of just let us have that focus and confidence going into the game.
Evan, Paul Loeffler said that this is the first road or shutout road win since the 1970s. Just how much pride do you take from hearing that?
I mean, that sounds great to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely proud of the guys. Just we kind of just made it an emphasis to. I mean, it wasn't going to be us. It wasn't going to be the defense that's letting up the points. That's everybody can point their fingers to as to why we gave up the game, and we took that personal 2 weeks ago. I mean, we took that to heart, and I'm just so proud of it. Yeah, the guys just came after us today. They were running to the ball, and just, I mean, I love the aggression and just everything we played with today. I love that, and I want to see it for weeks to come. So, I mean, we're just gonna try to build on it and then keep going.
Evan, you talked during the week about how hungry you guys were for those interceptions. Did they do something more for you guys in this game than a typical interception would because of that?
Can you say that again? Sorry.
Yeah, you talked about how hungry you guys were for interceptions. Did those plays mean more or were more momentum boosting than a typical interception would be because of that?
Definitely. I mean, and also considering the fact that, I mean, we weren't expecting to get the passing attack that we got this game. We felt like we were going to stop the run, and we were pretty confident with it. But I mean, after they ran out of options, they kind of just tried to spread the ball around. And once those opportunities come, I mean, our DBs feast on that. We love that challenge, and we love those opportunities. So, yeah, as you said, I mean, we after every turnover, you can see me jumping up and down, bouncing around on the sideline, just celebrating. I was just so happy for the guys. Everybody's just getting an opportunity to show what they could do, and I love seeing that from our guys, and gonna try to carry that into this next week.
All right, I'm gonna let Evan go because we have Jake here ready to go.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Evan.
Jake? No? I lied. Coach DeBoer's ready.
Definitely not Jake. Oh, he is.
Oh my God.
You're not, you have to go.
There you go.
We do have Jake. Okay.
It's okay.
No, I'm just saying on offense.
Yeah. It's like everything. Yep.
Who wants to get us started?
Hey Jake, I mean, how is your just mental going into this win? I mean, I think this is probably you guys' like first game where you had more rushing yards and passing yards. So, how do you feel about like getting a win like this where you didn't have to go out full on guns blazing with passing?
Yeah, no, I definitely helped. Win's a win, and I think the guys did a really good job of responding when, some of the things didn't go our way in the beginning, and the pass game wasn't there. We relied on the offensive line to get the job done, and they stepped up big for us this week and got us the win.
Jake, you scored all your points off turnovers. How does the defense making plays, getting interceptions, getting fumbles help boost the offense and turn that into points?
Yeah, I think the turnover margin is huge. Going into any game, you look at that, and you normally look at the turnover margin. It most likely determines the outcome of the game. And I thought the guys did a heck of a job on defense, getting the ball back to us and really good field position. And we had to punch it in when we could.
Jake, I'm sure there was no doubt that you were going to play in this game no matter what, but where were you physically after the bye week coming into this game?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. The training staff's doing everything they can to get me feeling as good as possible coming into each game. So, they're doing a really good job of just keeping my body up and coming into each week as healthy as possible.
Was there any change in the game plans with the passing plays, or was it more focused on just Ronnie and Mims this evening because they were a lot more active in this game?
Yeah, we wanted to establish the run game. They gave us some favorable looks to run the ball, box-wise, box count. I think we did a really good job of establishing the run game and trying to get the pass game going when we could. But, some days, every day is different. So whatever it takes to win is what we're going to do. And today it was run game. So we got it done, and I couldn't be happier about it.
Cropper caught another touchdown from you, but how surprised were you that he dropped 2 passes in this game? It's very uncharacteristic.
I mean, things happen. I'm going to keep going to him. I don't lose any confidence in the guy. He makes a ton of plays for me. So, just some things don't go your way sometimes. And I know he's going to come back this week ready to roll, and I'm going to keep firing it to him.
What did you just think of Jordan Mims? He kind of had a big game for himself today.
Yeah, no, it was great to see Jordan getting going in the run game and just fighting hard for those extra yards. It inspired a lot of guys on the sideline, and it took some, weight off of Ronnie's shoulders. And that 1-2 punch was really good for us to get them both downhill and get them involved in the game plan.
Hey, Jake, if you guys are able to keep getting that kind of run game, the rest of the season, how much does that even open up the offense more and open up your passing ability if you get Jordan and Ronnie running the ball like that?
Exactly. I mean, it makes you, two-dimensional instead of one-dimensional, and it opens up lanes for us in the pass game. So it was big for us to put that on tape and get them rolling today. I was happy for those guys to get a lot of carries and put this win on their shoulders. So they did a really good job, and I'm proud of them.
It's asking, some of the other guys just, said it was hard to sit with the loss, obviously, for 2 weeks too. Just, what does this do for your confidence in the win going forward?
Yeah, no, I think getting us to 5-2 and getting us to 2-1 in Mountain West play is big for us, and having just everything, in front of us. We got to keep winning games and keep executing on offense and defense. So, it's one game at a time, and just getting this win today was big for us.
We'll take one more question for Jake.
Jake, you get to go home next. It feels like it forever since you guys played a home game. Any thoughts on returning back to Bulldog Stadium and Lorenzo Neal's jersey being retired, since the history, of course, of the program?
Yeah. No, I think getting this win here today is big for the Red Waves. See, we're coming back 5-2. Like I said, got everything in front of us, and I know there's going to be a lot of people excited to come and see us play a really good Nevada team that has a lot of really good players. So I think it's going to be a big game for us, and we need those fans to show up. We need 40,000 there, screaming loud, doing everything they can to help us get that win.
All right. Thanks, Jake.
Thanks, guys.
Now we're ready for Coach DeBoer. For reals this time.
All right. Fire away.
Coach, you predicted it. This is the type of game you thought you could see, right? So when did you know that this would be the type of game out there?
Well, I mean, you just kind of know based on past experience, because of what type of team you're playing, what they're going to try to do to you and what their strengths are. And when you're facing a disciplined football team on defense and a team that wants to control the ball on offense, you get what you got today. And I'm just really proud of our guys that, felt we beat them at their own game. We took care of the football and we got the turnovers. We got a lot of things I know we can get better at, but I thought what I'm most excited about is that we can find different ways to win. I think that's a sign of a great football team is finding different ways to win, whether it's, offense or defensive, like today with a shutout or, with the pass game or the run game, finding different ways, I think is a big deal. And, there's things that we got better at today that will carry over. And we got some guys out there with some experience, a guy like Braylon Nelson. What a game to come in and have to play against, a team that is really good up front and does a nice job and makes everything hard. And, I thought, can't wait to watch the film to see exactly how we did, but just really proud of the guys finding a way to win.
That was my next question. I was going to ask about Braylon Nelson.
Coach, can you just explain the defensive effort you guys had today, just as far as, the turnovers and everything?
Yeah, I think that, a game like today just really gives them a lot of momentum and a lot of juice beyond where they were at before, a lot of belief. And I would anticipate their energy coming to practice on Tuesday and build on that, knowing that you can put a game on your back is fun, and I think now we got two sides of the ball that can do that game in and game out. And that's where we just, playing a complete game, it still could be scary what we do. And I thought today was I know probably everyone looks at the score and thinks, they'd like to see more points scored. But again, you got to give Wyoming credit too. They're a team that was 4-1 going into today for a reason. And so the defensive energy, the defensive playmaking ability, those balls that are tipped, they haven't gone our way a lot of times. And when you hustle and you're flying to the ball and, you make your breaks. And I think that's really what happened today. Guys made their breaks, and there were some plays that were made defensively where maybe we just missed it one time and then we executed it better against the same play the next time. And I'm really proud of the way the guys just came off the field. I can think of one particular situation where, a guy like Leonard Payne, just communication with Coach Schmidt. Just is such a minor thing maybe in the big scheme of things, but it's what I love about the type of guys we have in this team. The communication on just trying to make something a little bit better and not doing his own thing and, conversing with the coaching staff and, adjusting just literally an alignment by a foot, such a small thing, not a scheme thing, just a technique and alignment thing, and guys being on the same page. And I think that's where we're headed with this football team.
Coach, you guys got off to a slow start again, 3 and out the first possession. On your second possession, you got the benefit of the fumble, obviously from Wyoming, and then that targeting play, which thankfully Josh is okay. How much of a concern is this that you guys are still getting off to a slow start more than halfway through the season?
We scored on our second possession. Defense got a turnover, they're a good football team. I think other teams have probably struggled, at times too against them. And starting in deep in their territory, because you have your opening scripted plays, that you want to do on the first drive and second drive. And, those are more open field play calls. And so you get into your red zone, which is a different set of plays. And so sometimes that's how it goes too. I've been in that situation many times as a play caller where, all of a sudden you're in a different set of plays that weren't part of your original openers. And so, we found a way to execute a play that we haven't run really, and found a way to get a touchdown. I thought Jake made a great throw and we caught the ball out there in the flat. So we're always working on it. Andrew, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember what happened on the third play. But I know there were some things that we could have done better and just missed the opportunity. And, when we do get that fast start that I know you're talking about, then it really will be scary. So I'm just glad. Being up 7-0, having a lead is something that seems like it's been a while since we've had that. And so that was a really good feeling. I think our guys just continued to play the game and kept fighting.
The focus was on feeding 20 and 7, and they combined for 150 rushing yards. Just curious on if that was the game plan or if that was, something you saw Wyoming giving you. I know you talked a little bit about it earlier, but talk more about what Rivers and Mims did combining for that much yardage on the ground.
Yeah, I thought they both had their times where they just really did a good job of taking care of the football, first of all, and getting those hard yards, finding some seams and, it's really cool to see Jordan because he's always ready to go. Jordan's becoming a team favorite, I think, on the behind the scenes, just because when he gets his opportunities, he's just taking advantage of it. And I'm proud of how he and Ronnie work together every single day in practice, and how together they just lead the running back core and as well as the offense. So those guys, I thought they were hard yards, and I mean that was expected. They were going to be hard yards, and we were able to stay ahead of the chains enough to where really the penalties were the thing that hurt us, and maybe the other miscues would be a couple drops, but when we were able to stay ahead of the chains, that kept most of the playbook open, and that's getting yards on first and second down with the run game.
Just to continue on like more specific players, defensively, what did you see from, I think Gabe was going to mention Braylon, I think this is his first start. And what did you see from Evan Williams this game?
I'm not going to, Braylon, I don't know for sure. He was right in there tight. And I know this, I didn't feel like he had really any miscues because we're talking on the offensive side and I flip over the other side and really his name isn't being brought up as far as a guy that's having any miscues. As far as, the quality of play with what he was doing, whether he was moving guys and things like that, I don't know, but he just, he was out there and really just felt like, we had a veteran out there, and I didn't feel like he ever got really exploited at all. And so that's really cool, being a true freshman and having to go against what we saw today. And then Evan Williams, it goes back to just being hungry and being in the right place and his hustle. And, we know that he's got it in him. And it was really cool to see him rise to the occasion today. Those tip balls and those moments happen so fast. And all that preparation work you put in and confidence you have showed itself today, with the plays he was making. I'm super proud of Evan.
Given just, what you guys have gone through the past 2 weeks after the loss, just what was that like in the locker room? Just the spirits like of your team?
It's a really good feeling right now, just because number one, we have such a great group of guys. I just love being around these guys all the time. And I felt so bad for them after the last game. And it was really hard. We say 24-hour rule and we try to dump it and move on. That one was hard. And, now there's a different confidence about us, like a physical, like we can go to battle and play a physical game. And we know we can still play the high flying game too. And now we're getting turnovers on top of it. So we can keep adding those things and keep developing as a team and add, find ways to win in different ways like we did today. It's exciting what we can become.
All right, we're gonna let Coach go.
Well, did someone have one?
Coach, Juan caught that touchdown pass, but it seemed like you had a lot more 2 tight end sets, and it seemed like there was a high success rate running out of the shotgun with those packages. Just how critical were the tight ends to your game plan compared to their previous games in this?
Yeah, they're naturally they play a lot more man than they used to play, and so you get extra guys in the box, and if they're going to have extra guys in the box, we got to have enough to block them. And so bringing those tight ends certainly to help with the setting the strengths and blocking their numbers in the box was key. And one, like you said, he's a physical guy, and I can't wait to watch the film and see what he was doing. Because that's what he prides himself in. And, it takes away a little bit from the strength of what we know we have, where we can flip the ball around a little bit and get the passing game going. But I just think that attitude and the mindset we had, I think we grew that way as a football team, and I think as an offense as well. And we still have all the other things that we can balance. And now we've added more to our repertoire, I think, as far as what we can do.
Thank you.
The numbers weren't there for Jake. Obviously, this was more of a defensive game, as we all know. But how do you think he was moving around? Was he doing what he was supposed to be doing? And he doesn't want to come off the field physically. Did you see anything from him that would indicate that he's not 100% moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, he's really close if he's not. I mean, he's probably not 100%. Just to be real honest, he's probably not quite at 100%, but you know, things always nag you a little bit here and there. But I mean, he made some plays, extended drives and some scrambles that were, you know, typical Jake. And you know, so I felt like he was still confident moving around, even though maybe he's not quite at 100%. He worked hard to get himself ready. I know that the last 2 weeks. And I'm super proud of him for that, for sure.
All right, thanks, man.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah.